pissed me off so bad. But you recall that he actually opened up with that really clever opening where he said he was going to offend us, and he then offended us. He actually had a good call to action at the beginning too, a good motivation for listening to his speech and not tuning out and checking my phone every 5 minutes. He was telling us that we've had our turn as speakers and we now need to take the next step and become leaders, because that is our slogan. And as Kevin continued his speech, he talked about the need for us not to be sheep, for us to become more like shepherds, don't just go with the crowd, don't just follow along, don't just, pick your nose and tune out, just, take the next step, be somebody, be a person, talk. I thought he had good eye contact. I thought he had some really clever gestures. He was talking about like the helical?
Heliocentric?
No. He did talk about
double
that.
helix.
Double helix of the DNA strands. And yeah, I think he also did it when he was talking about the heliocentric theory. So that was good. I thought he had good gestures. He made quite a few trips across the room, doing this and that, engaging everybody, addressing everybody. You pointed out how it's our national pastime to be offended. I thought that was another pretty engaging little quote there. It's something I've noticed myself in my own life. Americans do love to be offended. So let's see, you talked about how the truth is the truth no matter what. You talked about how we shouldn't sacrifice the truth in order to be politically correct. We talked about how it's okay for us to feel one way as long as we don't act upon it, that being, a negative feeling, whether it's racism, homophobia, and what have you. You used the word of the day. That was pretty awesome. You mentioned that truth is more important than comfort, and that there is actually a cycle that we have when we're offended. It begins as the person who's doing the offending is ridiculed, and then people threaten them with violence, or they try to silence them, and then eventually, once they're dead, their theory is accepted. So all in all, Kevin, I just think you really hit on a lot of really profound points in your speech. I thought you had great delivery. I thought you really picked a topic that was relevant to everybody in this room, and I'm looking forward to your next speech. Mr. Topics Master? Or should I give it to him?
Generally,
give it to Casey if you want. All right, what am I supposed to do here?
Votes.
Votes? What?
Votes, yeah.
Votes. Votes? Are we doing votes?
Just for table topic.
Just for table topics, we're doing votes. And also, I guess I'll evaluate Joey real quick since I was supposed to do it after you were done. That's okay. Joey, the only thing I suggest is it was good you got the ideas down, not being too long on one point or the other, and to focus a little bit more on the technicals of the speech, because that's what wins tournaments, that's what all the little stuff's about. The ideas, the funny thing is, you go to these tournaments, it's not about how inspirational your speech is, it's about how many checks you get in the box. Are you hitting all the rhetorical mechanisms to do it? That way, when you get those rhetorical mechanisms down, when you are presenting your idea the way you want to, it has that extra bang to it. And that's what we do here. So, on to votes.